we're looking at number 5 here, and right away I notice it's in slope-intercept form. So it's solved for y there. So I'm just going to go ahead and start by, again, making my table. I'm going to choose 0, 1, and 2. Super easy numbers. So I'm going to go down here. -3 times 0 plus 1 equals y. Y equals 1. And then I'm going to do the same thing with 1. -3 times 1 plus 1 equals y. -3 plus 1 equals y. Y equals -2. And then I can do the same thing with 2. -3 times 2. Anytime I see an x in that equation, I'm replacing it with what I chose over here. -6 plus 1 equals y. Y equals -5. Now I've got these. These are my new ordered pairs I'm going to plot. And I'm going to go over to my graph. I'm going to plot these points. So I've got 0, 1, 1, -2, and 2, -5. And then I'm going to just draw my line through those. Don't forget your arrows on the end. This line goes on forever. But there you go. Easy as that. When it's solved for y, just make your table. We've got the same thing here on problem number 6. I will just, as soon as I see it solved for y, and it's that form I recognize, that slope-intercept form, I just start and I make my table. Zero, 1, 2. Down here I'll take y equals 4 times 0 minus 1. I got y equals -1. And then I'll do the same. So with the 1, y equals 4 times 1 minus 1. I've got 4 minus 1 equals y. Y equals 3. And then if I do the same thing over here with 2, I've got y equals 4 times times 2 minus 1. So we'll get y equals 8 minus 1. And that is y equals 7. So 2, 7. Again, we can make ordered pairs out of these to plot these points. And we're going to look at our graph over here. We'll go ahead and plot those. So we've got 0, 1, or 0, -1, excuse me. 1, 3, and 2, 7. And then we'll just draw our line through that. Don't forget your arrows on the end. So these graphs go on forever. Easy as that. Now, this is a different type of problem we haven't seen yet. And this problem looks a little intimidating at first, I will be honest with you. But I always go to my trusty old t-table. X, Y. I'm going to choose -1, 0, 1, and 3, just for fun. Now, I go up to my equation up here, and I picked these values over here. and I just put those in for x. But if I put in a -1 for a negative x, that becomes a positive 1 because it's saying the opposite of that x value, and the opposite of -1 is 1. Now 0, you can't have a -0, so that's just 0. Now if I put in the 1, the opposite of 1 is -1, and then we'll do the same thing for 3. Put in a 3 up there for x. That becomes y equals -3. Put that right there. Then I'll go over to my graph, and I'll plot those points. So I've got -1, 1, 0, 0, 1, -1, and 3, -3. Then easy as that, I make my line right through that, and I draw my arrows on the end. There you go, folks.